What's going on, everybody? I'm going to keep the intro short and sweet. My name is Sean, welcome to the channel, and for this video I built a pretty small and relatively affordable starter home for The Sims. It did start off as a starter home originally, but I may have gotten a little carried away with the landscaping and furniture, so the price is above I think it's 20,000 simoleons for actual starter homes. So if you just get a little extra money with a sim, it's pretty affordable still. The first part of the video is basically just me setting up the outside of the house and doing the roofing, which I tried to keep it pretty simple and avoid as many instances of clipping as I could, because you can see on the slanted roof part on the front, it clips a little bit with the other roof, but I narrowed it down as much as I could. It's still gonna clip. It really does bother me, but I have to get over it at some point. And for this next part, I finished up the chimney and basically was getting the outside of the house done. I had a lot of going back and forth with myself because I liked the siding, but there were a lot of options that I was looking at. I wanted a dark brown, that's all I knew. I wanted a dark brown, and all the dark brown swatches in the game, and I hate this so much. I was trying to do this without getting CC, but a lot of the dark brown or brown swatches in the game for siding or paneling for outside of houses or have like a weird like red tinge to it, or they're like orangey or too tan, but I liked this one. I was debating on keeping it or not. I did end up changing it a little further into the video, which is perfectly fine, but if I went back now and remade this house, I probably would have kept the original wood. I do like that more, but I think what I was trying to go with is I wanted to match the foundation, the chimney, and kind of just add some little accent colors to it so the brick worked fine. I don't mind the brick. I would really love that swatch of wall if it had a dark brown, like I keep saying, but in most of this part, I just fiddle around with some windows. I don't end up keeping these. I do like that little bay window that was on the front. I don't know why I didn't keep that, but I think I felt like I wanted to go with the craftsman stuff for everything, because I got the craftsman door, I got the craftsman windows, but I think all around it works well. And I really like this little garden piece that I do in just a minute. I wish I made it bigger. I would have liked it a little bit more if I made it just a little bigger, maybe wrapped it around the corner. I think that would have been fine. You could fit some more plants in there, but I like how it looks overall. And I think what set the price over that 20,000 simoleon mark for starter homes, I think it was mostly just landscaping stuff I added, because a lot of the bushes are pretty expensive. The hedges are pretty expensive too. I know I had a couple of those on there, so that might have done it. Along with some of the interior furniture I put in, like the cool kitchen stuff stove and the fridge. I have a really bad habit of putting those in like every build. I can't really help it. I think they look great in most kitchens that you can make, other than if you're doing like an older style of something, but in modern, traditional, I think it just looks good overall. And for this last part, I think I'm just finishing up putting the landscaping on the outside, doing the terrain paint and stuff. Because everyone knows terrain paint makes everything look better, while at the same time making it look worse. You know, the little brown you put under the house, because just, I guess, I don't even know why I started doing that. I think I just saw other people doing it and it looked somewhat realistic, so I just did it. But a lot of the stuff I do, I can't firmly decide what I want, so I keep going back and forth, seeing what kind of plants I want to put in the front. I wish we had more plants that were bigger, like horizontally, other than those little potted plants for the inside. You know, we need something, we need more compact bushes for the outside. I think there's a lot that they could do that they probably won't put in the game, but that's what CC is for. I try to play mostly without any custom content. I think it breaks my game about 95% of the time, so I try not to use that very much. And here I'm just decorating the porch. I got a little seat out there. I was looking for some small lights. I don't think I could find one that really fit well, other than this one little like fairy light looking thing, but I like the plants outside. I tried to go for a little bigger one, but everything kept clipping through the wall, and I didn't want to alt drag it out too far to block the path. And most of this part is absolutely terrible in my book, because I could not make up my mind. I know I wanted some kind of dark brown flooring and like a light wall. I'm really indecisive when it comes to this stuff, so I could not make up my mind when it came to it, so I kept changing everything around a lot. I think I eventually just, I decided I need to suck it up, you know. I'll just put a small little island counter that you can sit at instead of a dining table, because I think I was running out of space and made it a little too small, but I think it works. I went back and changed everything up over and over and over. You know, there's a lot that I had to cut out because I was driving myself crazy just changing stuff over and over. And the bedroom was really simple. I tried to keep the colors matching on everything. I was running into a problem of not having enough room for a dresser or any kind, so I had to use one of the custom shelves from the Dream Home Decorator pack, which I really like all of those, because you can do something with a closet. You can use it as like actual cabinets for a dining room, living room, kitchen. I think they're pretty versatile. They got big and small pieces that you can connect to each other. Basically just make whatever kind of structure you want. And I know it already went over the 20,000, but for most of this, I'm trying not to spend too much money. And I think at some point I was just like, whatever, you know, some of the furniture is expensive, but it's no big deal. You know, it shouldn't be that much over 20,000, I figured. So it's not too big of a deal in the end. And if anyone's wondering how I got the soap dispenser and the little toothbrush holder onto the sink, I just hold Control, and I believe it's tap 9 just a bunch until it goes up to whatever level you want. And then if you have bb.move objects, the cheat turned on, you can just hold alt, slide it around wherever you need to, and you can put stuff where it's not necessarily supposed to go, you know, because they have the snapping spots when you place something down, so you can kind of just alter that if you want something in a very specific spot. If you want to add extra clutter, that's always a good idea to do that. You can get stuff closer together. I'll show you in just a minute. I pull the counter away, basically, and then you put stuff on the ground and do the Control 9 and just slide it up. You can alt place them whatever objects, wherever you want them, and then just slide the counter back in place, or whatever, the table, the counter, whatever it is, the fridge even, just slide it back in place, and the object should stay right there as long as you have the bb.move objects cheat on. And you can see how I do it in just a few seconds. You just pull the counter out, put the object you want on the ground, Control 9 up until the level you want it to be. You can alt place it, because normally you couldn't get stuff like that too close together, and I wanted to decorate it a little bit still without it being too costly, so I think I left most stuff out other than a couple decorations on the counter. And another thing that bothers me is the curtain selection seems really slim, at least good looking ones in my opinion. You know, a lot of them are too big, too small, too wide, too narrow to fit. You kind of gotta finick with them just to get it just right where you want it, and that mostly applies to the base game ones. Now this room I really didn't know what to do with, because you walk right in, there's no second floor, it's one floor. Normally I'd put some stairs there or something, but right in that entrance, I knew the chimney was there, so I decided to put a little fireplace. I think it's too big. I didn't really care at that point, you know. I just placed it down, you know. I was second guessing myself a lot, you know, picking stuff up, placing it back down. I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do for that room, but I think it turned out okay. And now coming up, we're just gonna do a quick look at the outside of the house. It's all finished. This is actually my first speed build. I definitely want to do more of these. It's pretty fun. It's really just spending 45 minutes building something and then just speeding up the video and talking over it. But I enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It does help me out. If you want to see more of these or anything else, really just let me know in the comment section, and enjoy your day or night.